everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing potatoes. So, let me show you what you're going to need. I have about 20 pounds of, or 25 pounds of potatoes. Not all of them are going to get canned. Some of them will get dehydrated. But right here is 5 pounds is what I'm going to start with. I have right here, I have water that has some produce protector. It's absorbic acid. It's just a little solution in there. I didn't measure, I just poured some in. That's usually just how I do it, and it works fine. But you want this especially if you're going to dehydrate. But it helps stop the potatoes from browning. And I know from experience, if you're dehydrating potatoes and you do not put them in the solution first, they will turn black. So, just fair warning. So I've always done it with canning potatoes. So I don't know if they'll necessarily turn, but I do it just in case because I threw out all the potatoes that I dehydrated that turned black. So, you have your solution ready, a peeler to peel, a knife to cut into 1/2-inch cubes, and then I also on the stove have a pot with hot water that we're going to use to blanch. When you're doing potatoes, you have to cook them for 2 minutes in boiling water after you chop them, so that is what we are going to do. So I will bring you back once I have this 5 pounds chopped and waiting in the solution ready to boil, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so our water is boiling, and it is just plain water, and I don't know if you can notice, but beside it is my All-American. I have it back, thanks to my hubby. Oh, and I just spilled water. No ma'am. Then drain your potatoes, and then put them in your mixture. So the next thing that you're wanting to do is make sure you drain the potatoes. So here are my potatoes, and then we're just putting them in the boiling water to let them go for their 2 minutes. And I did as uniform as I could, but that's the size I did. Okay, so we boiled our potatoes for the 2 minutes, drained them of that water. I have new water coming up to a boil. My canner's getting warm. I have my hot, clean jars, and we're ready to load these up. So we want 1 inch of headspace, first and foremost, and then we will fill it with the hot water, and then if you want to add salt, you can add salt, but I am not going to add any because I don't know what I'm going to be using these for, and I don't want to accidentally make something too salty. So load, load, load. For 1 inch of headspace, and I'm going to go ahead and show you with 1 jar. Our water just came up. Get that going. And I'll use these for soups, stews, fried potatoes. I haven't tried mashed potatoes with canned potatoes, but you can roast them. I mean, they're pretty good. They're not fresh, but they're second best. Well, I like them dehydrated too. I like to have a variety. Let's just put it that way. So we have our inch of headspace, and now we want to gently debubble. You don't want to smush all of your potatoes. So gently debubble. And then we will check our headspace again. It is good. Oh, nope, 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 not yet. Wipe the rim of your jar, and I use white vinegar. And make sure that there are no nicks or cracks in your jar or on the rim. It can cause a lid to fail. And these are new jars, but I still like to look. And then fingertip tight, and there you go. So this is going to go in the canner to rest. I'm going to see how many of these 5 pounds of potatoes makes me, and if I need more, I will do another process while these sit in the canner because I only have it on warm. Excuse me, madam. So I will bring you back when these are done. Pressure canning, for my altitude, it's 10 pounds of pressure for 35 minutes for pints. So that is what these are going to be going for today. Alright, so this has just come off of pressure, and you know that by checking your gauge. On the Presto, there's a little popper that pops down, but on this, you would check your dial. It says we're at 0 pressure, so we're at 0 pressure. I usually let it go for just a tad bit longer, just to make sure, but even when I let it go to 0 and wait, there's usually still a little bit of air trapped, and that's okay. So, very, very minimal. That is perfectly fine. And then I always lay something down to set my jars on. So again, like in the informational video on how to use your canner, when you're taking the lid off, you just want to do opposites again, and then carefully, because it's hot, unlock it and then open it away. See all that steam? You do not want to open it towards you. You will get a steam that will not feel good at all. Make sure that nothing is hissing or anything in your canner, because that also not good. But everything here looks fine. We're going to take out our beautiful potatoes. Now these went for the 35 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure, and then it took about 30 minutes for it to come off of pressure. And I don't tip the water off of my jars either. You can see on the lid there's some water. I don't tip it. It'll evaporate. It's not going to hurt anything. And if you tip it to the side, you could cause something to get underneath your seal, and then you've just ruined that jar. So all these look great. The headspace looks great. I am really impressed. Really, really impressed. And we ended up getting 8 jars. So let me give you a close-up. There. What, baby? There you go. There is our potatoes, and they look beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time for another canning, or just a recipe, probably a pantry meal, because I'm doing so much canning. Ow! And dehydrating. Ooh, another baby. You'll be seeing some dehydrating here coming up very shortly. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.